welcome back to my little humble Let's Chat series where I dive into neat stuff with even neater people. I'm your host, Eli Parker, and before we get into the thick of things, I just ask that you like, subscribe, and comment if you feel so inclined. That really helps me and the channel out. But without further ado, today I am once again diving into the world of writing, but this time I'm joined by a seasoned author and black belt in Taekwondo, Miss Michele Hinton. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Well, thank you for inviting me. This is exciting.
And furthermore, I want to thank you because this whole thing started because I ran into you at Thunder Over Burnside where you had a table set up with all your full collection pretty much. And I purchased one of your books, Tales of the Twist and
Tales
Totally Twisted, yes. Which is a whole smorgasbord of stuff, but mostly leaned towards like the more macabre and darker stuff. Really good, really enjoyable read, and I think that kind of sparked me wanting to get back into reading in general. So thank you for that.
Well, thank you.
But without further ado, enough about me rambling. Let's talk about you, of course.
Okay.
So how long have you been in the writing game, Miss Michele?
Oh my goodness. I started back in the 80s.
Oh, okay.
So it's been a while. My very first book was High Seas, The Cabin Boy. Now, the book, which is right down
Yeah, there we go.
That wasn't the original version. The original version was way broad, and I had actually submitted it to a publishing company and said it was too broad.
What do you mean by too broad? What does that mean for?
That too much, and I didn't elaborate. And I was a beginning writer. It was my very first book. There's a standard saying, you can wallpaper a wall with rejection letters from traditional publishing. You know, it's like sometimes they take your material out of one envelope and stick it into the return envelope without any comments or anything. And then there's what you call vanity presses. So I sent it off to, I didn't know what a vanity press was. You know, they just said, oh yeah, send your book and we'll publish it. I got a review that said, oh, your book is perfect. There's no mistakes. Blah, blah, blah. What perfectly good. And I go back and reread it. I had so many mistakes in that book. It wasn't funny. They only wanted $68,000 to publish it.
Oh, that's a good penny then.
Yeah. During my fledgling writing, I've got 3 other books, or should I, 3 other manuscripts that are on the High Seas series. Unfortunately, they were on DOS.
What does that mean?
That's what I'm talking about. DOS was the very first, like Windows.
Oh, okay.
Windows took over DOS, and it corrupted my files on the other 3 books. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, corrupted the files. You know, it was like, oh well. And then as the years went on, publishing, as far as vanity presses, were a little easier. Then I submitted The Cabin Boy to Lulu Press, which was less expensive. It only cost me $500.
Oh, that's significantly cheaper than the alternative.
Yeah, but you know, they published it and all that, but it cost for editing, cost for this, cost for that.
Yeah.
And I started publishing on my own.
Oh, okay.
Through that Amazon. I learned how to format, and so I became my own publisher and an independent publisher that I don't charge to format. I'll format it, they send it back, they send me corrections, and then I make the corrections. You know?
That's cool.
So sometimes I work for months with an author. I have an author in Israel.
Oh, wow.
I've lost count of how many books I published for.
Oh, wow. You're just further encouraging me to pick up the pen and start writing and be like, hey, I know a publisher, so.
You know, and it's like anybody can publish these days, but is your book going to look good?
I want to raise the question, what exactly does publishing mean? Like, what makes, I could write out a whole thing, bind it or whatever, but what makes it published?
You get it out in the world. You know, all my books, or should I say the majority of the books, you can look on any major download platform, or like Amazon or Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, and you'll see, you might have to look for it, but you'll see my books and my clients' books on those sites. Sometimes you can Google the author's name name and it'll pull up their books. That's the easiest way.
Yeah.
You know, because sometimes there are several books that have the same title or the same premise.
Oh yeah, I think that's where the internet plays a role, because you have this full-fledged thing that most of the world has access to, and just with any kind of content, whether it's video, book, especially now you have the ebook, and just content in general, everyone has access to this thing, and they could put out a million ideas, however much. Like, for instance, like YouTube, apparently, I think there are more hours that are uploaded to YouTube a day than there are averaging in the human lifespan. So just imagine that being applied to books, of all things.
I mean, now, the book that's on top here, The Soul's Journey, you'll see down here Christopher Novender. He's a friend of mine. He lives between Tennessee and Florida. And he said, I got an idea. He didn't write a word, but he gave me the idea.
Oh, okay.
He gave me the idea for a book, and then he goes, can you put something about this in the book? Sure. And so I work up a scenario. How about something like this in the book? Sure. I work up a scenario. And this is one of my best sellers. And when I was at Thunder Over Burnside, a woman who had bought it last year at Thunder Over Burnside, she came up to my table and said, I loved it. She said, my wife loved it.
Oh, wow.
My other popular one, which is the Sin Eater's Daughter, another girl came up, and I love this book. And then she bought my book, Roxanne and the Dragon Mare. But I'm a multi-genre author.
No, I picked up on that, and that's why I wanted to add that the book I bought, The Twist...
Tales with a Twist and Tales Totally Twisted.
Say that 5 times fast.
Yeah,
that'll be a tongue twister right there.
That's a long title.
But I think that really does show your range, because yeah, like a lot of them do have a shared theme, but the range is so wild. My favorite from that was probably The Bench, just because it's just so stood out to me. Because would you say you lean a lot towards like comedic writing in a way?
Yeah.
And that one was so serious.
The Bench was my most serious short piece.
And just the style of writing, like, it was just a drastic tonal shift, and like you can see that in the writing. So that was probably my favorite from that selection, just because the tonal change. I was like reading it, I was like, I know this is written by Michele. But no, your stories though, they were so like, I hope this isn't an insult, but it's easy to read, because I'm over here.
That's what I want.
Good, yeah. And then like, I think you've even sparked, maybe I might like romance, because there was another story in there, I think it was, is it The Haunting of Evelyn?
Yeah.
That one, I thought, I really liked it. It was really, I loved the ending, especially, to it. I was like, this could be like a full-fledged like book of its own, not even just a short story.
Oh yeah. I can't personally remember all the titles that I put in there.
There's a good handful in there.
Yeah, there's quite a few. I think the longest story in that is Joshua Penwright, Ghostwriter.
You know what? Because you've adapted that into a play.
Yes, I have.
And reading it now, I think it would be kind of better as a play.
Yeah, and it's actually the play version is rewritten, and I'm fingers crossed, Flashback will do it.
Well, hey, we're literally in a theater right now, so
Yeah.
that's something you can talk to Thomas with there.
Oh yeah.
Have you kept up with like kind of the modern literature scene? Like you have book talk and even smut talk of like the romance scene, you know?
No, not really. A lot of times I'm busy publishing.
Yeah.
Or lately I've been into writing scripts. You know, like 2 years ago, Forever and a Day.
I think that because I read the poem and I liked the play version better, and I got to be in that, and I'm glad that came to life.
Yeah.
It was fun seeing that actually being performed.
I'm fingers crossed that the script that I wrote for this year's play. Short play
we
fest.
actually had on this very stage, we had one of Thomas's acting classes actually kind of workshop it or just act it out and seeing it. It's a whole different world from like reading it to seeing it. World's different.
Yeah.
So I'm saying that one, no. But do you ever feel at any point like what you're writing is something that's like deep in your heart and it's a story you want to tell, or does it sometimes feel like a product? Like there was one about Turkey, which was funny and good.
Oh yeah.
I'm thinking like, okay, what inspired her for this, you know?
If I was looking to make a lot of money off of my books, I wouldn't be a writer. I write for inspiration. I get inspired by a lot of things. Well, okay, take the High Seas series. I was an Earl Flynn fan. they don't know Earl Flynn. Swashbuckler.
Okay.
These are swashbuckling books. Swashbuckling ICs. Actually, a little, kind of inspired by my mother. She was the first one in our family to write a book.
Aww.
I wanted her to see her book in print. She, Beauregard Blues, Little Snake and His Big Adventure. My mother.
Oh my gosh, that's so adorable.
My mother did the illustrations, and it runs like it's like
Dr. Seuss.
Yeah, like a Dr. Seuss. And I wanted her to see her book in print before she passed. So that was my very first thing, and I did it as a publisher. And it's like this book right here, The Inheritance. One of the women I worked with, her name was Tawana. I was in the process of writing Roxanne and the Dragon Mirror, which Roxanne's my niece.
Aww.
And I was working, and I asked this girl, Tawana, I said, Tawana, do you think Tawana would be a good name for a queen in my story? She said, yeah. So I put Tawana's name in that book, and then a woman named Tanika, where I worked, she says, you've got Tawana's name in the book, I want my name. So The Inheritance.
So she got a full, wait, so is she the protagonist of that? Or?
She's the main
So
character.
she got a whole book.
She got a whole book. She's Tawana is the main character in that book.
She more than received.
Yeah, and it's got everything from romance to murder
Wow.
to action, martial arts. There's just a lot of intrigue in it.
No
and
kidding,
it's one twist and turn after another twist and turn.
Are any totally twisted?
In a soul's journey, there are a few sections in there that are twisted. And I tell you, there's one thing I got on spider. I did a lot of research on spiders.
Oh.
Oh my gosh. And then butterflies. Butterflies are very sexual.
Oh.
What can I say?
Who would have thought?
I did some research on butterflies too.
Oh. Interesting. I wouldn't want to look through your browsing history. But no, on a serious note, I think we are drawing to our time. But you've touched on a lot. You brought a lot of light to just the publishing process and just your own writing process and experience and how you poured yourself out into it. But I want you to direct to like those that may be watching that are like wanting to write something and have it like out there in the world, like you explained. What would you say to them to either motivate them or help them get on the right track?
There was one man I met at the Thunder Over Burnside. He had a deep history, and then faith turned him around. And he was talking about that a little bit about that. And so I sent him an email. I said, let me give you an outline to where you can write your story. Now, I'm a write by the seat of my pants author, but there's a lot of people who need step by step. So create an outline. A lot of people can't write, but you got ideas. And you can probably find somebody to ghostwrite something for you. Everybody has a book in them, they just don't know it. And if you are not accepted by traditional publishing, you can learn to publish something yourself. But you know, you write for yourself. You've got a lot of personalities in your psyche. Writing a book pulls out pieces that you would not use. That's kind of my thought on it.
Well, it seems like it's a very inspirational field and almost therapeutic. You kind of described it.
Yeah, it is. If a person doesn't have a lot of friends,
make your own.
make your own. You know, a lot of people say, what's your favorite book? That's like asking, who's your favorite child? Now, I don't have any kids of my own, you know. My books are the children of my imagination. Good, bad, indifferent.
Yeah.
You know, I've got indifferent characters.
I like to think I'm the indifferent child.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's a whole other issue. But anyway, I think that's our time there, of course. But I think you said a lot that's been beautifully put. And so
thank you.
I appreciate you letting us get into your mind for this short span of time. We can talk all day. Heck, you can write a book about it.
Yeah.
Or several. But anyway, that's going to be it. Thank you all for watching. And of course, thank you for joining me on here and just enlightening me and hopefully some people out there about the literary world.
If you're interested in looking at some of my books or some of my clients' books, buysechelbooks.com.
And as I always say, that is a wrap.